Hello, friends. Currently I'm a little sick, if you couldn't hear from the voice, but there's a reason why. Okay. The reason why I'm sick is because I went home this past weekend to the Bay Area to see one of my favorite artists, fkatwigs, and I just need to speak about the experience because it was kind of genuinely mind-blowing. Like, it was probably one of the top, if not the top, best concerts I've ever been to in my life. But I have so many thoughts on it, and I just need to get it off my chest. So onto the camera it goes. Excuse me. But overall, I'll insert clips, but overall, this concert, mind you, I have been a fan of fkatwigs since I was probably in middle school. Like, not to brag or anything, but I knew her before she was famous. And I'm just so happy to see her, win Grammys, win awards, and finally get the recognition she deserves, because she's been that artist for probably the past decade, just being consistent with it and continuously honing her craft, her vision, and her execution. Like, this fkatwigs, not to mention, oh my god, she can pole dance, she can sword fight, she's a trained dancer. She even, I think, danced at one of some prestigious school, I think. I could be totally butchering that, but she's essentially a really well-accomplished dancer as well. But yeah, with all that said, I just think this tour, this eusexua tour, really just encapsulates all of her talents into one cohesive, like, ethos. Like, because she said in interviews quite a lot that she had this idea of creating this paradigm of eusexua, right, where it's this feeling of being connected with everyone and being more in tune and more in touch with your desires and your innate, almost like, humanness and animalistic side of ourselves, right? Whether it's in projecting that on the dance floor or within our relationships, and just kind of accepting who we are as humans first and foremost before any egregore kind of takes hold of that and kind of removes us from ourselves. She was inspired to create this album when she was living in Europe. I forget where, but she was just really inspired by the techno scene of where she was living, and just this feeling of being connected with everyone on the dance floor and allowing her body to move in a way where she didn't feel judged or perceived, where she could just allow herself to be. And I feel like that was so prevalent. But in general, just felt like one big techno party. Like, I literally felt like I was at a rave or at a techno club, And oh my god, where do I even start? Like, genuinely, it was just such a good concert, y'all. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, all her dancers. Testing the audio. Sorry, hello, testing. Okay, hey everyone. So my phone died in the car. Oh, shocker. And I wanted to finish this video on photo booth, so that's what we're doing. Excuse the background. Let's cover that up. But yeah, anyways, final thoughts on the eusexua tour / just concert in and of itself. It was so good. Okay, because, like, see it from my POV, okay? I have never dabbled in electronic music. It's just not a genre I'm super familiar with. But after this album, my whole understanding of the world has just opened up, like, truly. Because, like, I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating, because, like, I love Sevdaliza. I don't know how to pronounce. Let me look it up. Sevdaliza. Sevdaliza. Pronunciation.
Is it still recording? Okay, I was right. So it is Sev Dilly Sev. But I've listened to her music about like 4 years ago. And again, she is such an inspiring artist. Same with Bjork. I've always been a Bjork fan. Same as my mom. But I don't know, I feel like this album just fastened my interest in electronic music that much more, and like the ethos around it. And even like one of my best memories was when I was in Paris. I made a Parisian friend because I was at the school that I was at had like a language exchange program where it would match you with a student from the school as to like exchange, like practicing to practice. Like I would practice French with her, with them, and they would practice English with me. So it's like that kind of language exchange club. Anyway, that same night we hit it off. We had a good time, and then that same night she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this like EDM electronic club. Like you should come. It's like really big in Paris." And my ass was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." So she invited me, and I brought my friend Julia with me, and it was such a blast. Like I had such a blast. It was so nice because like we really didn't even like have to talk that much because the music was so loud and so like just reverberating in our bodies that we really just got to be in the moment and just dance for like 2-3 hours straight. Like I didn't even need a drink that night either. I was sober that night, I think. My friend wasn't a huge fan of it because I think she likes music with more lyrics and whatnot, but that memory does stick out to me even now, like 3-4 years later, because yeah, I feel like with electronic music it's just so visceral, you know? Like you don't need the words to feel what you need to feel. Anyways, but yeah, this album is so good. And the concert itself was just so inspiring, and like especially when she sang Cellophane. Oh my god. When she sang Cellophane, mind you, she like took her time with it. Like she sang that shit for like a solid 7 or 8 minutes. And yeah, it was, yeah, the piano, whoever played the piano was just following her lead. So she really got herself into like a vulnerable state and sang that song with every ounce that she had, and you can completely tell. So that's one thing I loved about the concert. Was just she just played music from all of her eras. Like she spoiled us with this one because it was like a 2 hour concert. It was literally a 2 hour concert. Yeah, she started at 9, I think. Yeah, 9:30 maybe, and then we were out of there by like 11:30 or almost. Yeah, it was almost 12. So that's another thing I loved about the concert. But another thing I loved was just everything. Like just everything. Like I feel like maybe it's just me. I think anyone can relate to this feeling, but just living in America with what's happening now in the government, what, you know, with the rise of conservative values, and then like the sheer like repulsion and like quick reaction towards anything that's alternative or different or unique or self-expressive, like the way that that's just constrained and removed. It's really painful to see, you know, especially just being an artist in this time, like day and age, you know, and just feeling that constriction. And yeah, just the rise of like right wing trad conservative traditional values coming in full force again in like the US, like politics and like framework, you know, and just seeing that try to be um, adapted into law is so disheartening. But I think just like seeing this kind of concert again was just such a relief, because it's just, again, like I feel like eusexua is a way of life of just full self-acceptance, community acceptance, completely and being, or just being completely unabashedly yourself, and you know, someone that's like me who's 23 still figuring out who the fuck I am. Like, it was just so reassuring to see that, like, yes, be weird, be alternative, wear whatever you want, shave your head like bald if you want, you know? And just seeing like pure artistic expression and like vulnerability expressed on stage through movement, through, you know, dance, through pole dancing, through sword fighting, through like, it was just so inspiring. Like, I'm not gonna get over it. And yeah, just even like the shapes, some of the, just the dance itself, like this has to be a whole other segment, but like the the dances of the tour were just so intentional and so well done. Like, I forget which song, but there was one song where the dancers and her, maybe it was, I think it was Home With You, where they would like, they were in a formation and they lifted her up and she just literally looked like a statue. Like, okay, here it is. But like, are you kidding me? It was just incredible. It was so incredible. And her outfits were incredible. Every single one, insane. And her voice, oh my god, oh my god, her voice. Oh. Like, all I want in my life is to like either make a song with her or be her friend, because she's that cool. Like, she is so cool. And yeah, I just really admire her like artistry and like sticking to her guns and just, yeah, always being vulnerable even when it's not the most convenient for an artist to be vulnerable, right? Because actually my mom was making this point, and I think it's so spot on, but my mom's Japanese, and she said that I showed some of fkatwigs songs to my mom. She was like, oh, like a lot of American artists could never be this vulnerable. It's like, it's no wonder why she's from the UK. And she was basically just saying like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And like, the more I thought about it, I was like, wait, that's so true. Because I feel like current US pop artists, at least the ones that are hitting the billboards, aren't, don't have the intention, I feel like, to be super vulnerable, because they probably value more of like, value commercial success, which is, or you know, having ghostwriters that have a history of making hits, you know, like, and that's fine. But you really can't help but admire an artist that like, take fkatwigs, like that from the start always focused on bringing the most authentic form of self-expression, even if it didn't fit a mold or didn't make sense or wasn't super popular to the mass public. But it's like, that authenticity is what gains traction over time, because it's like, that's literally her brand, you know? Like, she has not changed. She's changed so much, but like the core essence of who she is has stayed the same pretty consistently, I feel like. So anyway, that's my talk on on the eusexual tour. I'm so obsessed. Like, I don't think y'all understand what this meant to me. Like, middle school me is freaking right now. Like, I wanted to see Cellophane live for at least like 8 years. I was crying. I was genuinely crying. And yeah, it re-inspired me to take action on my own life and follow my own creative pursuits. So that's why I'm making this video right now. So yeah, love you, Twigs. I love you so much. But yeah, anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Mwah. Love you.